burst, and Kairos tried to do, I think the input for that is 623D. The move with Hosmo where he grabs him with the chain and he grabs him and drags him down. So I was talking to people about, like, you know, why that was fair, and, like, you know, a lot of people I feel like don't actually know what Ada's normals do. So I am going to try to explain that for everyone, because I have an idea. I've been playing Carl for a decent amount of time, I'd say. 10 years is an okay enough amount of time. So, yeah. It's probably not going to be a long stream, at least not right now. I might come back and stream sooner or later. But for now, I'm just going to explain how all the normals work. So, for Ada, she has a few normals. All of them are useful in certain situations. So you have 6D, you have 4D, 623D, which is Brio, 2D, which is God tier OG, 8D, and I believe that's, and 3D. And then, you know, you have Fuoco and the Anima, which are her imp commands. You have Uppercut and Rhapsody of Memories, but I'm not really going to get into those. All you really need, and the Teleport. So all you really need to know about Rhapsody is that it has full armor for her. And, you know, if you get caught blocking, you're going to have to block for a while. Because, you know, it's a block string. Until that part. So, getting into these normals. 6D. 6D has no armor. It reaches a decent amount of, it covers a lot of space. Like, it reaches forward and it covers a lot of space. So it's really good for, like, when they're trying to footsie her, it's pretty good for that. Because if your move that you're trying to counter poke it with does not have mid invul, it'll more than likely beat it if they come out at the same time. Like, you can trade with her, but it's not even worth it because, you know, she has to sit there. But if you block it, then I can come in. Like, he's still in block stun there because it has all of Ada's stuff has a lot of block stun. So I'm sure you already know that if you've ever fought Carl, you know that. But like, I'll show you. I'm not using the best character for this, but yeah. You can trade with her, but there's no way to, like, flat out beat it because you can't low profile it. I hit her before she even punched. Again. So you can't low profile it. So your best bet would probably be to, like, either block it or try to jump over it. Not like that. Because it has no armor or anything. So you can come back down. You can neutral jump it and come back down with an attack. Get some damage on a doll. Or if she's in front of Carl and he's doing something, you can use that opportunity to go in on him. So it's important to be aware of what her, like, the startup looks like for her different moves. Like, you see, for this one, she reels her arm back before she does it, and that's your cue to, like, not be there. Like, just... Okay, hitbox is a lot farther vertical than I thought it was, but still applies. Also, as soon as you see her reel her hand back, you can press a button. It has a lot of startup. Like, a lot of startup. So, like, you won't see a Carl player just, you know, just doing that, because it has a lot of startup, and it doesn't have any real... It doesn't have any armor at all, so it just kind of loses to everything. So, you know, if you see a Carl player doing that in your face, like in neutral, just press the button. Like, you can just hit it. Now, the better one that more people are more likely to use in neutral, if you're like in a situation where you're in neutral against Carl. He just stopped. That's weird. If you're in neutral against Carl and Ada's next to you, they're more likely to use this one. That one's more likely of what you're gonna see. That one is full mid invul. I believe it's only one hit. I believe it does not have more than one hit of mid invul, but I guess we'll find out. So yeah. Yeah, it's full mid invul, so it has mid invul to any amount of mid hits. Now that being said, Terami's 2A is a mid, but it has foot property. This move loses to lows and anything with foot property and highs. So you can 2A it and like just beat it. Well, not if you're behind, not if she's behind you. So yeah, it loses to to foot property moves even if they're mid. So you have some options for this move. Like every character has options for this move. Do a low. A lot of people say like, and this is true, the best option is to do something jump cancelable, because then if Carl tries to come in, you can jump and block. Like, it loses to anything low, high, or foot property. Oh, never mind. It doesn't lose the overheads. It loses to jumping normals, but it doesn't lose the overheads. So, grounded overheads, it does not lose to, but aerial overheads, it'll lose to. Now, for that move, when people are using that in neutral against me, again, she'll reel her arm back to show you that she's about to do it. And it does not have that good a vertical hitbox when you're close to her. So if you're this close, you can just neutral jump her. Now, if you're farther away, it could anti-air you, so you gotta be careful. Like, if you're at the farthest distance of it, it'll anti-air you. So you gotta be really careful about the spacing of it. Of where it is, because if you're like right in their face, you just neutral jump it on reaction to it, and it won't hit you. But like over here, it catches you pretty high in the air. So that keep that in mind. Just like you have to know the spacing of it, and like it is pretty big. This is like her best footsie normal, in my opinion. This is the best thing that he has to use for footsies, as far as Ada goes. So you'll probably run into that one a little more often than 6D in neutral. But you know, just wanted to show you 6D just so you'd be aware of that. So what should I do next? You probably won't see this move at all in neutral. It's a low. You can beat it with moves that crush lows. I guess I could demonstrate that. Because again, it has a lot of startup. All of Ada's normals have a shit ton of startup. All of them are over 15 frames of startup unless she's in overdrive. So, just keep that in mind. If Carl's not in overdrive, all of her normals have over 15 frames of startup. So they are reactable. You just have to, like, know what to look for. So, like, for this normal, for 3D, you won't see it in neutral too much, but you can beat it with anything that crushes lows. Like, sorry, I'm trying to time it with it, because it has so much startup. But you saw the wind effect on the ground there. It like just beats it. Like if you have something that crushes lows, it'll just beat 3D if they try to just do it. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about 3D in neutral. You probably will never see that move done in neutral though. It has way too much startup. What's next? Oh, I mean, I guess Fireball. It's a Fireball. If Carl gets hit, it goes away. If Carl is blocking, it does not. So that's good to know. So that's good to know for when she's off screen. You want to keep in mind. You want to keep in mind that you're listening for that because you want to hear that. Now you see when he got hit, so you see when he gets hit, it does not come. So that's good to keep in mind. Now, when he's blocking, that's when you need to be aware of it because hang on, I didn't do that right because I have to block. That should be enough. So yeah. Oh, because he's walking that way. Okay. Why is he going forward? Now, a good thing to note is that if you hit him and he blocks on the startup of Volante, it won't come out. See how she stopped? So if you hit him and he's blocking, or you hit him and you just hit him, you don't have to worry about Volante anymore if it's at the startup of Volante. Now, if the fireball actually ends up being formed, it won't go away when he's getting hit. So that's when you need to be mindful. You want to be like only using normals that you can jump cancel and block. You want to do something like this. Oh, let me, he has to actually get it out first. So you want to do something that you can like jump cancel on block. If the fireball has already been formed and, you know, is flying towards you, you have to be mindful of that. So it'll start making that static noise when it's actually formed. So if you hear that, that's when you want to start like, you know, sticking to your jump cancelable normals. And other than that, it's a normal fireball. Like you can destroy it with anything that, you know, breaks a fireball. Okay. Unless he's in overdrive. If he's in overdrive, it's tier 2. So keep that in mind. It goes through normal fireballs and can't be destroyed by like normals that break fireballs when he's in overdrive. So think like Azrael's fireball. It behaves in the same way, but only when he's in overdrive. So next up, I will talk about, I guess I could do Brio. So Brio is Ada's anti-air, as I'm sure you know. It's pretty fast, but it's not that fast. I believe it's like, I don't even know exactly. I know it's over 15 frame startup. Oh, another thing to note. Sorry, I did not mention this. Ada has, I believe it's 4 frames of startup when you activate her. So those frames have to happen if she's not active already before anything can come out. And as you know, she can't be active while I'm taking damage or while I'm blocking, unless Brio is already happening. So if she's deactivated, I can't make her do anything until those frames have already happened. So the activation frames happen, and then the normal come out. But if you notice, when she's already activated, it comes out a lot faster. So think like, so see, notice how she's at rest right now, and then I just input it, and that's how fast it can come out. Now, if she's already activated, you can just, it comes out a lot faster. So that's a good thing to note. Keep it in mind. All of Ada's normals, they have to have that forward frenzy startup to activate her. Now she's already activated, then you just get the values for the normals by themselves. But when she's not active, you have to activate her first. Now, anyway, talking about Brio. Brio has armor to anything that's high. So, you know, because it's an anti-air. It can hit grounded opponents, but it will not hit you if you're crouching. So, sorry. Jeremy's run is really low, so I can just run at him. I can just run at her, and it will not hit me. Let me push him back, and then do it. So, like, I can legit just run at her, and it won't hit me. So when I say you can low profile it, like, it's not even like, you can low profile it with a lot of stuff, because it's like really, really bad hitbox under it. It also loses to foot properties. Sorry, he's too close because I keep hitting him. So it loses to foot properties, and as you know, Teremi's 2A is a mid. It loses to anything with foot property. Also loses to lows. Like, it just gets hit. I actually don't know how it behaves with grounded overheads, but I imagine it would lose to him. Nope, it gets hit. And also it's really funny because Jeremy's like overhead dodges it. Like, not that anyone's gonna like try to do a grounded overhead on it, but it does lose to them. So grounded overheads do hit Brio. But good thing to note, if Brio is active, it will still happen while Carl's getting hit. So that's good to keep in mind. Just be aware. Brio, if you hear him say "Calm Brio" and you hit him, you need to either rapid or jump cancel if you're in that where it'll hit you, because it will still come out. Like, it will always still come out. Alright, so, only armor to jumping normals. Carl, you're in the way. So it has armor only to jumping normals, nothing else. And I believe it has, infinite armor to jumping normals. That's like the... Yeah, infinite armor to jumping normals, and apparently specials. For the duration of the move. So, Brio, full armor to only jumping normals, loses to lows and mids that are foot property, can be low profiled as demonstrated by Teremi literally being able to dash under it. Anything else about it that you guys should know? I think that's it. Full armor to jumping normals. Loses to anything grounded, pretty much. I'll just say that, because that's pretty much the case. Except for projectiles, because Ada has full armor to all projectiles at all times. So that's good to know. Even when she's just, like, stationary active, she has full armor to projectiles. So, like... Say if I just had her just there doing absolutely nothing. She is projectile involved. So yeah, do not use projectiles on Ada. They do not work. They stop on her. If they're a projectile that only has one hit, they will stop on her. So like, if you shoot a fireball and you're like full screen, she'll just eat it. Unless it's a fireball that passes through, then it'll pass through her and hit. And it can possibly hit Carl. Alright, so I think that covers everything about Brio. So, moving on. Next up, I'll do 8D, I guess. 8D is the clap. Unfortunately, there are no more clap loops. So clap is air unblockable, as is Brio. That's what I was forgetting. I knew I was forgetting something. So yeah, Brio is also air unblockable. Clap is air unblockable. So just to show you, see I get the purple exclamation point there, or the blue one. But you can barrier block it, so let's show you that. So it can be barrier blocked. It is also very slow, so you can legit, well, unless Carl does something like that, you can legit just like air dash past it, because it's really slow. It's more of a preemptive. Hello G, do you remember me? Hey Double Dream, I can't say that I do. I'm sorry about that. Some of the taller characters will get hit by 8D like while they're standing, but Terramy's not one of them. Yes, he is. Oh, it also does 2 hits when you're close. I should have mentioned that. So it hits on the ground if you're close. I should actually mess around with that hitbox because apparently it's also air unblockable. So I should mess around with that. Details later on that one, but it is 2 hits if you're really close to her. It doesn't hit when you're when she lifts her arms up, but you have to be extremely close to her. Like you see, I'm standing here, it won't hit me. So yeah, 8D preemptive anti-air. So more of a long-term anti-air. Like if you think they're about to dash in, you do 8D, and that makes the hitbox, and then it just kind of sits there for a little bit. And that hitbox is a projectile. Like you'll see it clashes with my JB, unless I hit her. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's a projectile, air unblockable. There's a bit of a clue with your Dragon's Dogma stream. Oh yeah, I do remember you. Yeah, you were the one who was telling me about how good the Ranger is. I mean, the Magic Knight. Magic Knight is what it was. I think you were telling me about Ranger too. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. I'm just doing a short one to explain some stuff about the character that I play, because I feel like people don't know everything they should. But yeah, I think that's everything you need to know about 8D. It's air unblockable. If you're really close, it's 2 hits. We're not doing overdrive today, because I don't know everything about the property to that outside of Volante. So air unblockable. It's 2 hits if you're really close to her, and it's a projectile that it kind of sits out for a little bit. So be mindful of that. Again, you can react to the animation. She's very animated. Ada is like, she's not secretive about her movements. She is very animated. She wants you to know everything that she is about to do to you. So just keep an eye on what she's trying to do. If you don't know, like, if you hear the Carl call and you're not in block stun and Carl is not anywhere near you, I would say try to put some attention on her to see, just to glance and see what she's about to do. And then, that will help you greatly in neutral. Like, being mindful of what he's about to do with her will help a lot in neutral, because all of her normals are, telegraphed. So, that's 8D, Brio, 4D, and 6D, and 3D. So next up, I guess, would be for Fuoco. And you'll see this one a lot in neutral. So some things that you'll see people who have a lot of Carl experience do. Like, I know Flux uses News 2C on it because it's like 5 or 6 hits. I think it's just 5. 5 hits, it's jump cancelable, and it low profiles it because of the head involve. And that is something that every character in the game can do. Every character can use their head involve against Fuoco. Even Terami. Even though his head involve is like really high up, like he doesn't have head involve at body level. Or it's not very good at body level. But you can use it on Fuoco. It's just a lot harder. But it is doable. They traded. I promise you can do it. I definitely did it before I started the stream. There we go. So yeah, you can use your head involved with like any character because all the characters have anti-airs. You just have to time it with Fuoco because as you saw, if you mistime it, you'll just get hit. Either you'll do it too early and it won't hit the Fuoco, or you'll do it too late and you'll just get counter hit, or it'll trade. Which trading isn't the worst thing in the world because, you know, Fuoco just kind of pushes you back. So like, Carl doesn't really get much unless he's like right there off of like one hit of Fuoco. So it's not too bad to trade with Fuoco. But you know, if you're not trying to take damage, which you shouldn't be, you really got to time your anti-airs with it, but you can do that. Another option for Fuoco, as mentioned earlier, using new, is to low profile it. So you can low profile Fuoco and just beat it. Like, you just low profile it. You have a move that low profiles, just use it. Just time it with Fuoco and toss it out. I promise you, you will beat it if you get the timing right. It will beat Fuoco. Like, it will legit just hit her. Like, it's like really free. Actually, his 2B doesn't really low profile. And Carl was in the way for that one. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you can low profile Fuoco. You can use your anti-air, which has head involved, to beat Fuoco. Because for some, I guess it has head property for some reason. I don't know. Like, I guess. And, yeah. It is a really good neutral tool for Carl. It's good for, like, long-range punishes. It is also good because of the combos it starts. But it is not as good as, you know, people let it be. Like, you don't have to respect it. Like, you don't have to, like, see Fuoco and just automatically resort to blocking. Like, that is not your only option in this situation. And that is actually probably your worst option outside of getting hit. Because then Carl can just kind of jump in. Like, then you let Carl in for free. Because, you know, you're getting hit by all these hits of Fuoco, and then I can just jump in. I probably can get a high-low. Yep, I can get a high-low. If you, like, just decide to block it, I can get a high-low on you. So, it's important to know when you can do stuff like that. Like, if you don't react fast enough, I advise you to not try to low profile or use your anti-air on it. But if you know, like, if you practice it and you know that you can use your anti-air in time, or you can do a move that low profiles it in time, just do it. Just hit her. Because taking damage off of Ada is really important. It limits Carl's options. So all the damage you get is important. Like, all of it is worth it. Even if you get one hit, like, just off of low profiling Fuoco to stop it from hitting you. Even if you just get the one hit, like, it's worth it. It is 100% worth it. And then characters like Tao can crawl under it. Like, So yeah, you don't absolutely have to respect Fuoco. It is important not to overdo it, because Carl has options for, like, if you're doing stuff like that every time. Like, you can 3C, 6-2 3C. He can dash up 5C, honestly. If you're, like, too close and you try to do that and you hit her. Like, right there is about the distance where Terra meets with low-profile Fuoco and hit her. And Carl can, like, micro-dash 5C that range. So you can get punished for it. Or he can 6C that range. Okay. It reaches too far. So yeah, Fuoco, good neutral tool, not infallible. Not a neutral tool that you absolutely have to respect. Now, the last Ada normal that I'm going to talk about is the one that deserves the most respect, because it has armor to literally anything. And that is Anima. Anima has... Okay, that's not Anima. Anima has full armor to literally anything in the game. Nothing in the game will stop the armor. She will scoop you if Carl does not get hit. Or block. So that one does stop if you block. She will not stop. She will come at you if you do not make him block something or get hit by something. So the only way to contest that is to use normals that are jump cancelable. Or, you know, to hit Carl. But, you see, you can use your normal on it, as long as it doesn't have too much recovery. Because if you're really close to her, and some normals, like Terramy's 2C is abysmal on recovery. Like, if you're really close to her, and you try to do it, it'll catch you anyway. Okay, I keep hitting Carl because he's too close. My 2C is too far. So you see, I can jump cancel it and get out of there. And it's important to know that you can do that, because otherwise you'll do stuff like that. And he can't jump cancel his 5B. He loses to, lows lose to it, mids lose to it. Even jumping normals lose to it. So, armor to everything. Only way to stop it from coming out is to hit to hit Carl, or make him block something. Otherwise, you have to get around it. You either have to just get around it, you can air dash over it, because it's slow and she's not jumping, or hit it with a normal that's jump cancelable and just get out of the way. So, I guess I can go over 2D, though you won't see that much in neutral. I usually only use it in situations where it will, like, catch them. Like, say they're, like, falling from the air, and Ada is spaced where I know none of their normals will hit her. Because it has no armor, so, like, you wouldn't really want to use it in neutral, because it's just a waste of doll meter. Because if they hit her, then you lose the doll meter for doing it, and you lose the doll meter for her getting hit. So, I usually only use it, like, in situations where they're spaced, where, like, only a few of the hits will hit them. If I do it in neutral at all, because it's really bad in neutral. Like, I really do not advise using it in neutral. But, like, if you notice, I'm sure these poking buttons suck, but you can just smack her, because it has no armor to anything. Like, that's a mid. The snake bite. Just hit her. Except for projectiles. So everything Ada does, I will reiterate, is involved to projectiles. Everything. All of Ada's normals and her just neutral standing is involved to projectiles. It is important to keep that in mind and be aware of that. So I think that covers all of them. I'm good. I got a PS4 and destroyed Bloodborne, and I also decided to try actually learning Blazblue game. I'm semi-competent with Azrael. Nice. I mean, not nice, because Azrael's a really mean character, but nice as in awesome. Welcome to the Blazblue Club. I look forward to playing with you sometime. Probably won't be tonight, because I still need to get dinner, and I probably won't stream later on. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. But yeah, that is all of Ada's normals. She does not have any other normals. I'll probably do another video or another stream after I have more knowledge on how her overdrive normals work. And then I'll go over all of those, and I'll go over her specials in that stream too. Because I still need to test a lot of stuff with those too. But everyone that has tuned in, and everyone that tunes in, you know, to the video when I upload it, I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that it helps you fight Carl in neutral. I hope that it helps you, like, not deal with certain situations that, like, are avoidable, but you might not know are avoidable. But, yeah, I'm gonna sign off now, because I do have to go do something else today. I just wanted to get on real quick and do that video. So, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.